Tonight, we are also following a new development to a murder that happened in Grand Rapids Burton Heights neighborhood in 2023.
Daryl Yarber was murdered the same day as a double murder in the same area.
Police announced today 2 men were charged in this case. News 8's Adriana Doria joins us now in the studio with the latest about these two and what led up to this murder.
Brian Amber, in a press conference this afternoon, Grand Rapids police say 2 men are accused of murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the death of Daryl Yarber, but police say they don't believe it was just them two.
This is very much premeditated conspiracy.
These 2 men, Dominique Sterling and Tyreek Bettison, are accused of murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the death of 32-year-old Daryl Yarber.
And I suppose you could say it was gang related, but I believe the motivation that we have at this time is a very long-standing dispute with these individuals.
But police say they don't think they acted alone.
We know at least 5 individuals were involved in this case, and I'm going to say at least because this is still a work in progress, but it's very important. We know that Dominique Sterling pulled the trigger.
According to court documents, police said Bettison was a passenger in Yarber's car and was keeping in contact with Sterling as he told Yarber where to go. Documents go on to say once Yarber was parked, investigators alleged that Sterling, quote, approached on foot from a concealed area and shot Daryl Yarber several times.
What we've seen over and over, especially in murders of young people, is motives that just don't rise to the level of physical violence, much less murder. But at this point in time, I could say there was absolutely no good reason for Daryl to be killed.
Police say they believe Sterling was the one who pulled the trigger. Investigators also believe others are involved. Among that group was Dominique's brother, Samuel Sterling, a name you might recognize. Samuel Sterling died in April of 2024 after he was hit by an unmarked police cruiser in Kentwood when local police and a U.S. Marshals task force tried to arrest him on a number of warrants. Winstrom said the officers knew nothing about Yarber's connection when they were trying to arrest Samuel Sterling back in 2024.
He was present. He was in the vehicle with his brother who actually pulled the trigger. He was part of the conspiracy with at least these 5 individuals, so that means part of the planning to target and execute Daryl.
And this isn't Dominique or Tyreek's first time in custody. Winstrom said both were in jail for other charges while they conducted this investigation.
I don't think a life of crime is new to either of these young men.
Court records show Sterling has been in jail for home invasion, armed robbery, among others, and is now charged with the murder of Daryl Yarber, along with conspiracy charges and felon possession charges. And it's a similar story for Bettison, who's been behind bars for resisting or assaulting a police officer and weapons charges. And at the time of Yarber's murder, he was on parole.
It's about justice.
Now the investigation continues as police work to find the others involved, but Winstrom credits part of the investigation to the community.
It seemed like a lot of people in the city of Grand Rapids knew who was responsible for this. It was just who is willing to come forward knowing that there are individuals like this that are willing to pull the trigger for petty grievances.
Winstrom says this investigation is far from over and that more charges could be forthcoming. If you know anything, you are asked to contact police or the Silent Observer. Live in the studio, I'm Adriana Doria, News 8.